In this video, I will be going over industrial renewal mode, specifically focusing on power production, transmission and storage methods that are available. Industrial renewal uses forge energy system, which is equivalent to using RF and is also compatible with nuclear tech mode. So if you are using a 1.12.2 tech mod pack, I highly recommend you include this mod in your list. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting with power transmission, we have three cables available: low, medium and high voltage. Low voltage cable can transfer 256 FE per tick, medium voltage cable can do 1024 FE per tick, and finally high voltage cable can transfer 10240 FE per tick. Now alongside this, we also have a method of controlling the flow of power through these cables using energy breaker. So if the energy breaker is open, no flow of energy will occur through the cable. Now in this mode, blue marks the input and orange marks the output. So as soon as you close the breaker, energy will flow in this direction, but if you keep the breaker open, no flow of energy will occur through the cable. Now cables are good for short distance, but for long distance transmission, it's recommended to use the ultra high voltage transformers and the cables. Now you can connect the transformers directly as the range of the cable is 64 blocks, but if you want to transmit like over very long distance, then you can also use the isolator. Now the isolator will connect directly to the transformers like this, and you will be able to transfer power over long distances. One thing that you might have noticed about the transformer is that both of them have the blue side, which is the side for input, but no orange side for output. So in order to distinguish which transformer is for input and which one is for output, simply place a lever on the output transformer and flip it on, and now this transformer will output energy from the blue side. For power storage, we have two main options here. The very first is using normal battery bank, which has an internal capacity of 1 million FE, or you can use its bigger variant, which is the industrial battery bank. Now you will notice that the industrial battery bank doesn't have its own capacity. That's because you can customize this battery bank according to your needs. So by putting in lithium ion batteries inside it, its capacity will increase. So for example, if I put in two batteries here, the capacity of this bank will go up to 10 million FE. If I completely fill up this battery bank, then its total capacity will be 120 million FE, as you can store total 24 batteries inside it. And the input and output slot for this bank will be on the top side. The best part is that you can stack this battery bank up, and as you keep on increasing the amount of battery, it will act as a single multi-block structure and its capacity will keep on increasing. And now we have a total capacity of 240 million, and the input and output are on the top. Starting with power production, the very first method available is using basic solar panel. Now you can directly place the solar panel on top of a battery bank and it will start charging this block up like this. Another method of doing this is by making a grid of wires and then placing the solar panels on top of them. So by connecting the solar panel and wire on the bottom and then connecting the cable directly to the battery bank, you can charge the battery bank up. Now one thing that I forgot to mention here was that using this powered screwdriver, you can set any of the side of this battery bank as the output side, as by default all of the sides are going to be the input side. Now another method of using the solar panel is by using the solar panel frame. On top of the solar panel frame, if you place the panel, then it's going to double the output of the solar panel themselves. So by default, the value is 15 FE per tick. By placing it on top of the solar panel frame, you are going to get out 30 FE per tick. Also, there is a block called energy level indicator, which if you right click on a cable, will attach itself and will show you the amount of power which is being transferred through the cable. So let's test the value of a single solar panel which is placed by itself. So right now we are getting 13 FE per tick, and one placed on the top of the frame will give us 26 FE per tick, which is double. The power produced by the panels will also depend on the time. So you are going to get out maximum power when it's noon, or basically when the time is 6000. During the night, you are not going to get any power out of the solar panels. Now another renewable method is going to be wind generation or using the wind turbine. So for the wind turbine, the very first block will be the wind turbine pillar, which by default will have a power indication on top of it. Now once you have placed enough pillars, on top of that place down the wind turbine and then attach the wind turbine blade or the wind generator blade on top. Now if your turbine isn't spinning, that means the altitude isn't sufficient. That means increase the amount of pillars, and once you have sufficient altitude, I think it is 64 blocks, then as you can see your wind turbine will start spinning and now it will start generating power. So in order to calculate how much power we are generating, we need a flow of energy or a flow of power basically. So we are getting 94 FE per tick, and this is dependent on which height you are going to place your wind turbine on. So if I go above Y level 100, let's say, and now I am going to place down a wind turbine right here, it is going to give me roughly 96 FE per tick. So that's not a huge increment, but yeah, this just goes to show that the maximum capacity of the wind turbine is 128 FE per tick, but like you are not going to get that amount. Now coming to another method of power generation is going to be the portable generator. Now the portable generator can take in any liquid fuel, whether it is moderate fuel or vanilla fuel. So for example, if I fill up this entire generator with lava, you can see the lava bar go up, and the output is on the back side, by the way. And to turn it on, you just right click the generator, and yeah, it will start producing power at the rate of 32 FE per tick. Now, as I told you, you can also use moderate fuel. So here I am going to use biodiesel from Immersive Engineering, and you can also use ethanol. And each of these fuel are going to give you the same amount of power, which is 32 FE per tick. So yeah, choose your fuel wisely, and these generators or an array of generators can help you. Next up, we have the steam boilers and the steam turbine. Now the steam boilers are going to require water. They'll convert water into steam, and that steam will go into the turbines. Now the steam boiler will produce 380 millibuckets per tick of steam, and the turbine requires 250. So 2 steam boilers are sufficient for 3 steam turbines. But if that ratio doesn't work out, just increase the amount of boilers that you have. So water is going to go on the back side where there is the blue slot for input. So connect the boilers on the back side using water. Here I am going to use Nuclear Tech Mod Heavy Infinite Water, and you can see the water fill up. Now you can place the solid fuel firebox or the liquid fuel firebox in the boilers. The solid fuel can be filled up using hoppers or item ducts. So here I am going to use some scrap blocks, and you can see the fire will light up and the boiler will start heating up. For liquid fuel, it's the same as connecting water behind. You just need to get a fuel inside this boiler. So you can use lava, biodiesel, like any fuel which is accepted by this mod will work. So here I am going to use biodiesel, and then simply using a pipe, connect the barrel, and there we have biodiesel in it. So now both of these boilers are heating up, and as soon as the temperature will hit 100 degrees Celsius, we will start producing steam. Now the input for steam for the turbines is going to be on the top, and for the boilers, the output of steam also is going to be on the top. Like we had the energy breaker, we also have the fluid valve, which can control the flow of fluid going through the pipes. So right now the valve is closed as we are not producing much steam. Once the temperature has reached its maximum value, like right now it's 320 degrees Celsius, the amount of steam in these boilers is maximum. So if I open this valve right now, all of the steam will start going into the turbines, and it will start producing power once the RPM hits the yellow section. So until we are in the red section, no power will be produced. But you will see that the gauge for water is going up. That means the turbine is filling up with water, and we need to get rid of it. So for that, water will come out of the back side like this. Now you can pipe this water directly into your feed water, which is the input, or you can get rid of this water using a trash bin or a void chest. So now you can see that we no longer have any water here, and the turbines can run at their maximum efficiency once they start producing power. So now we are actually producing power, and in order to get it out, there is the orange output, like on the right hand side of the turbine. Connect it all by cable, and here we can use our industrial battery bank. So connecting the turbines to the battery bank will start powering it up, and we are storing energy. So that's how the steam boilers and turbines will work. And now we finally come to the dam. For dam, you are going to need a base which is 13 blocks wide and 10 blocks long. So it's a 130 block area that you are going to need, and you can't build anything in here. Now the block that you are going to need is the industrial renewal concrete. So make a 13 long line of concrete like this, and make it 12 high in total. And this block, this is the front side of the dam, so this block should be industrial renewal concrete. So I'm going to make it total 12 high. You will see why in just a minute. But yeah, make this entire wall out of industrial renewal concrete. Now come to the very middle of this block right here. So leave out 6 blocks from any side, and on the 7th block come up by 1, break it, and then place down a dam intake. Now this dam intake will allow water to flow out of the entire dam structure that we are going to build. If you are going to build this naturally, you are only going to need this one wall, but as I am building it artificially here, you will also need to enclose this entire space. But make sure not to place anything in the 13 by 10 area that we made before. So raising all of these blocks up by again making it 12 blocks high in total, we are going to make a structure, and it's not necessary to fill in the corner blocks. If you want to make it look good, you can, but it's not necessary. Now on top of the dam intake blocks, there should be a total of 10 blocks. No matter how high you are placing the dam intake, on top of it there should be 10 blocks. And here's where World Edit will be especially handy. Fill this entire region with water, and the region should be filled with water source blocks. There shouldn't be any flowing water here. So this entire region is now filled with water blocks. And in order to check the efficiency and if you build this structure correctly or not, you can just come down and click on your dam intake. It will say efficiency 100%. If there are any other blocks there, it will show you that the efficiency is not 100%. Now we are going to place the dam turbine with its input facing the dam intake and connecting it with high pressure pipes. So that's the input taken care of. Now also let's take care of the output. And for the output, you will need to place the dam outflow. Now before connecting the dam outflow, first we are going to cover this entire region as water is going to come out of here. So if you want a natural flow of water, you can prevent covering this, but you can also make an enclosure if you want to keep your place neat and tidy. So once water is coming out and going in of the turbine, it will start spinning and its rotation or RPM will go up to 6000. So now that the turbine is spinning, we can generate energy using the generator. And as you can see, its Fe per tick value is also going up as well. Now you can directly place the generator on top of the turbine, or you can use the turbine shaft. No matter how many turbine shafts you use, you can place the generator on top of it. And yeah, we are finally getting the max amount of power possible, which is 1000 Fe per tick. Both the RPM and the power values are at their maximum value. And as I showed you in the beginning, in order to transmit this power over long distance, you can use the generator. So here is a quick example of how that's done. So here I have two ultra high voltage transformers placed. Connect them both using ultra high voltage cable. And now for the output, I have this lever. As soon as I flick it on, the transformer will start transferring the power. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, do smash that like button, and if you have any ideas, leave them in the comment section down below. Peace out my guys, stay safe.
Invincible.